Okie dokie. I will give y'all a few minutes to get acclimated and situated. And then we're going to get into it because it's going to be quite a bit to get into, y'all. You know what? I'm going to grab me a tasty beverage. Who's here? Diesel in the building. Always. I can set my watch to you, bro. What's good? What's good? What's good? We is live and in the building. Lot to talk about. A lot of stuff has went on this week. And yeah, I am feeling some kind of way about it. Okay. You in, we in. How's your Black History Month going so far, sir? All 3 days of it. So, and then you have to start to see. I'm counting. I'm seeing how long it takes to respond. So I have to keep that time interval in my head. Surviving zero weather, man. Zero. Nah, our temperature a little higher in Alaska. We up to 20, but it's snowing. So would you rather have snow or would you? I already know the answer. You didn't have to tell me. Would you rather have snow or cold weather? I'd rather have snow. I personally would rather have snow. 0 degrees and minus this and minus that. Don't do no good to be able to walk around if it's too cold to walk around. Facts. Goodness gracious. Yeah. Did a plug. Oh, I'd rather shovel snow than cut this grass. Nah, I'm gonna go ahead. I would go ahead and disagree with you on that one, my brother. I'd much rather be cutting grass. I mean, the lawnmower got a bag on it, so it's not like I'm doing that raking part. So it's just bagging. Bagging ain't as big a hassle as shoveling, I don't think, anyway. Okay. and I am the opposite. It's not small, but it's not bigger than the driveway. There. How about that? I got a bigger driveway than I got a yard. And that just, yeah, oof. Terrible, 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 terrible. And then on top of that, the graders, the machines, the graders, they come and they push, the snow up where it's higher. So then I gotta go and get my pickaxe and chop that down and then shovel it. So yeah, that's a wash. I ain't doing that. I don't like. Well, sometimes I have to do it, but I don't like to do it. Put it like that. Yes, I did. You know what I do sometimes, D? Sometimes I will stand If I see them coming, if they come in the middle of the night, that's one thing. But if I see them coming, I will come out into the edge of my driveway and I will stand there. Like it ain't a difficult thing for you to pull that blade up, then keep shoving that snow so it don't go right there in front of my yard where I got to bust out, like Fast and Furious, you know. And just you would think, I guess, if I'm driving a grader and I got to do that for every driveway, I can understand it. But you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it for see here, you bastard. You'd better do that, or I'm gonna kick your ass. That's my martial arts impression. ah, yeah. Terrible. Okay, we 6 minutes in. Everybody can y'all can get in when y'all fit in, all the rest of y'all. But this is what we're doing today. Here's the tempo. I'm gonna give y'all 4 topics, and you tell me which one you want to discuss first. Since you in here, D, you get free reign, huh? Brother Ray. Oh, your timing is perfect. I was just getting ready to drop topics, man. I was just getting ready to drop topics. Where is my clean my glasses. I hate like when you have one teeny tiny little smudge on your glasses and you keep looking around, it's everywhere, and I got to get that one little smudge, man. That is, call me OCD, but that is just the most annoying thing in the universe for me. All right. Yeah. I had a teeth cleaning appointment, and the dentist thought it would be a swell idea for my regular glasses to be the glasses, for the spit screen and all of that. Good thing you don't tip hygienist, because she wouldn't get one. Anyways, that's better. Okay, gentlemen, here's what we're working with. We got a Black Panther documentary coming up on Marvel.com. We got Marvel and DC, MCU and DCEU. How they doing? Matt Reeves, The Batman, and the banning of mouse in Tennessee. Which one y'all want to talk about first? I'll let y'all decide today. Word, D. Word up. It's a series they actually starting, but they're starting with Black Panther. What a coincidence. Most of the stuff we probably already know. So okie doke. Oh, we're gonna talk about Black Panther. Okay. All right. Marvel.com announce, if you aren't on Marvel.com or you sign in, I ain't telling nobody to go sign up for Marvel.com, but is a lot of stuff is based on a point system, and you could get cool stuff if when you accumulate loyalty points, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. I had not conceited crown. Hello. It is wow. Okay. You're in the building. I like that. Okay. Like I was saying, at Marvel.com, there is a they started a documentary series, and the first in that series is Black Panther, where they talk about the history of the Black Panther. It's not like, can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Can you see that? I know it's backwards, but there, right there, that's it. So that is the series that they are kicking off. I believe it's next week. I'm not gonna sit here and sound conceited. um, I think I know everything there is to know about Black Panther, unless they throwing some information out there that don't nobody know about. Unless they gonna talk about recasting T'Challa or not recasting T'Challa. If it's gonna be some cookie cutter thing, which it sounds like it's gonna be, it's like a series where they're like, "Oh, this is the Black Panther," finger in the nose, that kind of a thing. If you're gonna tell me some stuff that I don't know about, or some stuff that has something to do with current ramifications, I mean, I agree, D. Nate and Ryan might be in that documentary spewing nonsense, in which case we can't rebut them. And now that I think about it, that might be strategic. You know what I'm saying? All of this talk about, okay, we got y'all in a corner. What y'all got to say about it? And they ain't said nothing. Maybe this is their way of kind of speaking. Okay. Cassidy Crown said, my guess is they may go into the history of Black Panther. My son was okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's definitely going to be the history of the Black Panther, but it's going to be history that covers everything Black Panther, not just the movie and not just the comic book. When you say you documenting the character, that means you got to document everything from 1966 to 2022. That's documenting. At least that would be accurate documenting anyway. D. Steezer said it's always been about the world of Wakanda, etc. Yeah, I hear that, D. But here's the thing: without T'Challa, ain't no world of Wakanda. And that's what they're failing to understand. I mean, we could sit here and go over the same semantics that we always go over, like, okay, there's been 7 or 8 Supermen, there's been 7 or 8 James Bonds, and even when actors died, that old chestnut, we could go over that all day. But the thing about it, um oh, okay. Well, you see, Diesel, it's hard for me to read sarcasm. So you gonna have to capitalize in some areas if you want me to know that what you were saying was sarcasm. Okay. Quick question. Does anybody think this documentary is going to benefit them? And is anybody planning on viewing it? Hey, D Diesel, was that LOL sarcastic? I couldn't resist, dog. I couldn't resist. I had to get in there and give you one for the road. Anyways, like I said, do y'all plan on checking out this documentary? Do you think you'll get something out of it, or do you think it'll just be more Marvel? Well, you have to be if you're subscribed to are you subscribed to marvel.com, D? That's the only way you're gonna be able to watch it. And if it's been a while since I subscribed, because I subscribed like 10, 12 years ago. I don't think it costs anything to subscribe to marvel.com. Cassidy Crowd said, I'm not, but my son will watch it, but he thinks he knows everything. So no. Your son thinks he knows everything about Black Panther, then he needs to weigh in about how he feels with the recast or the non-recast of T'Challa in the Black Panther movie franchise. Ray Smith said, I think they are trying to get out in front of the narrative. I don't plan on watching it. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, here's the thing. For documentation purposes, I will watch the documentary. If it has something in it that I have not added to my lexicon of information slash knowledge, then I will annotate that and I will bring it to y'all. But if it's just a bunch of Fantastic Four number 52, Black Panther number 1, the BET Black Panther special, Reginald Hudlin, Christopher Priest, if it's all the usual suspects, then yeah, I'm gonna cut it off in midstream. But if they kicking something that's pertinent to something meaningful, I would definitely let y'all know. These Diesel said, Conceited Crown, he said, what's stupid? These Diesel, you say I don't like mainstream Hollywood presentations of this stuff. I like when they dig deep with the original writers, artists, etc. Yeah, I like that too. And hopefully if they do that, then there might be something. He knows everything about Black Panther and he thinks recasting the character is stupid. It sounds like he is a Chadwick Boseman fan and not a T'Challa one. And that's cool too, but we got to learn, and little man got to learn. Oh, he ain't little no more, but young man got to learn to separate the actor from the character. Is it stupid to recast Batman as many times as he's been recast, which we will talk about later? Is it stupid to recast Superman? Is it stupid? There was 3 Spider-Men in one movie and nobody said nothing. Well, Mr. Smith, I don't know what they're gonna start with. If they start with why Black Panther was created, yeah, that would indeed push them off in a box. But the reasons Stan Lee and Jack Kirby made a Black Panther are not the same reasons Nate Moore and Ryan Coogler made a Black Panther movie. One duo was doing it for representation. Another duo was doing it for the bags. And as cultural and successful as that movie was, make no mistake, in the advent of learning that for a sequel, they made $1 billion decision in minutes. They wasn't doing that for the fans. Plus, you talk about taking T'Challa out of the equation. You definitely ain't doing it for the fans. You doing that for bags. You doing that to grab paper. That's all that is. And if it ain't successful, then you can say, oh, well, Black characters and Black franchises aren't as marketable as white ones or female ones. Yeah, you got to get out ahead of what the rhetoric's going to be, because that's what it's going to be if Wakanda Forever isn't successful without a T'Challa, which it won't be. So that's what that is. What else we feeling, thinking, wondering about Black Panther? What is it in relation to this documentary? What are we thinking or feeling about it? Is if it's Marvel putting it on, then well, I'll come back to that in a second. Ray Smith said, let's see a Metropolis without Superman. Well, for about a year or two in the 90s, that's precisely what you saw. And that too was a cash grab. The death of Superman, nothing else. Because if you're going to kill somebody, kill them. That's my biggest issue with killing off characters in movies and killing off characters in comic books. If you're going to kill them, you'll make the decision to kill them, kill them. You don't see people getting resurrected in real life. You don't see people coming back in strange circumstances in real life. I mean, I understand it's fantasy, and you're a writer, and you cooking all of this stuff up so you can make it be whatever you want it to be. But at the same time, when you keep constantly killing, when you keep constantly murdering off, when you keep constantly killing off, murdering off, killing off, murdering off, it loses meaning. I think Mr. Smith, I think it was you and me that was talking about it either in the comments or in a text or something like that about, how as deaths progressed, the shock value of them became less and less. And you had cited Gwen Stacy. Gwen Stacy's death was like, wow, they never killed a major character before. For me, it was Jean Grey Phoenix. When they killed Jean Grey, it's like, oh wow, she dead? For real? They killed her? And then they started killing more characters and killing more characters and killing more characters. It doesn't have the same meaning when you murder off characters wholesale. And DC done got into the act. Wonder Woman done been dead, Batman done been dead, Green Lantern, all the major characters in the Justice League have been dead at least once. What is that? Is that, well, I don't have to ask. I know exactly what it is. It is a freaking cash grab. That is exactly what it is. Nothing more, nothing less. You know what? I see which way the wind's blowing on this documentary. So we gonna mosey off into something else. Ray Smith said Marvel, the first Captain Marvel, is the only one I can think of that is still dead. I ain't got it in here. But Mr. Smith, on that topic, they just released a new Silver Surfer run. I picked up issue number 1 not too long ago. And guess who's on the cover with the Silver Surfer on issue number 1? Yes, Marvel. But you know what? It's a trick. Because when I opened it up and read it, it's Genus Vale, his son. But it seems like they might be rolling in that direction. If they do, I'm gonna be highly disappointed because Marvel's death meant something. It ain't gonna mean nothing now. Just like, when Bucky died, back when he was still Bucky, before the Winter Soldier, when he died, for the longest time, that death had meaning. That death resonated. You know what I'm saying? And it meant something because you look at Captain America and be like, that's part of who he is, dealing with the death of his partner / sidekick, whatever you want to call it. Then they made him into the Winter Soldier, and all of that just, to me, it just went out the window. His death didn't have meaning anymore. What he did, I mean, he already died kind of in vain anyway. But I mean, it was a valiant effort. Anywho, Matt Reeves' Batman movie drops next month. Matt Reeves' Batman movie drops next month. Matt Reeves' Batman movie drops next month. Who's going to see it? Who's going to check it out? Where y'all at? Where the Matt Reeves Batman fans at? Because I got a question for you. Probably all these purists in here, y'all probably like, this Matt Reeves Batman. I don't want to hear nothing about Matt Reeves Batman. Y'all sure? Y'all don't care? Conceded Crown. Of course you're taking Jalen. He's demanded that you take him to see the Batman. Now, here's my question, because that was exactly the response I was expecting, Mr. Smith. Not interested. My question to you, Mr. Smith, and everybody else who is not interested in the Matt Reeves Batman. Were you interested in the Michael Keaton Batman in 89? Were you interested in the Christian Bale Batman in the early 2000s? Two Batmans, folks had said, oh, he's trash. He's garbage. He can never be a Batman. Now, them two cats are regarded as the most iconic Batman of all time. Talk to me, y'all. D. Steezer, you say you ain't really interested in the Batman, but D. Steezer, let me ask you this. Who's your favorite Batman? And don't say Kevin Conroy. Because that's always my out. Yes, I agree. I agree, Crown. I agree, Queen. Christian Bale did an excellent job, and Dark Knight is in my top 10. Ray Smith said, absolutely in Michael Keaton because of Johnny Dangerously. Hey, Grand Madam, how you doing? Say hi to Conceited Crown. There's another lady in the room. There y'all go. These Diesel said, I would have preferred they finished Ben Affleck's storyline first. WB denied his Batman film pitch. So, Diesel, are you saying to me the Batman that you like the most is Ben Affleck? And Mr. Smith, Michael Keaton, when it was first announced that Michael Keaton was playing Batman, you were there. I ain't gotta tell you. You when they announced Michael Keaton as Batman, what? What? He's too small. His lips are big. He's a comedian. He's goofy. Blah blah blah. Diesel said, real talk. Ben Affleck is the only Batman actor that had the size and stature to play both Bruce Wayne and Batman, in my opinion. Yeah. But Diesel, you still ain't told me if you liked Michael Keaton or not. You didn't like the Michael Keaton Batman? You was like, I ain't gonna go see it. And did you stop at Batman Begins when you saw Christian Bale and didn't watch another movie in the Dark Knight trilogy? Because you watched it. I know you watched it. Everybody watched The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Rises, maybe not. But I know everybody watched The Dark Knight. That joint made $1 billion. So maybe that was just the casuals and people who aren't familiar with Batman who made it make all of that money. But my point is, here's what I'm getting at, y'all. Yeah, you're right, Diesel. Everybody did love Michael Keaton in the summer of '89. But prior to '89, when the news dropped and they said they was making a Batman movie and Michael Keaton, Multiplicity, Johnny Dangerously, Beetlejuice was playing Batman, wasn't nobody feeling it. Nobody. Okay, but when that movie after that movie, oh my god, now this is all I'm asking, and I say this about everything that I have misgivings about or I think is going to be some trash. Suspend your disbelief for just that 2 hours or however long the movie is. Suspend your disbelief. Ray Smith said, I focused on Jack Nicholson as the Joker, which had me intrigued. Okay, whatever makes it work. Up until recently, there would never have been a Joker movie without a Batman in it. So that brings me back full circle. Rob Pattinson is catching the same flack that Michael Keaton and Christian Bale before him caught. But the only Batman we talk about not liking maybe is probably folks who is too young to remember Adam West, Val Kilmer, and George Clooney with the bat nipples. These will say Christian Bale was okay, but Christopher Nolan relied too much on the real world, rather, I assume, than the comic book aspects of Batman, the Bat Fam, etc. Conceded Crown said Ben Affleck did a good job too. I agree, and I would say that Ben Affleck, his portrayal of Batman, in my opinion, is the most comic accurate, at least visually, of Batman, because Batman, Ben Affleck looked dead on some Batman. He was, he got ripped. He was Batman sized, like D. Steezel pointed out, and he had gadgets up the wazoo. Also, Jeremy Irons was a pretty decent Alfred. I hate that they didn't kill Alfred in the comic books, but I shouldn't trip because he'll be back. Theo B, what's up, my dude in the building? Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, here's the question right now that's floating around. Are you gonna go see the Matt Reeves Batman? And who was your favorite Batman? These Diesel say agree. He was definitely the most beat. Yeah, that fight scene in Batman versus Superman when he went to go get Martha, that joint was textbook Batman. That he up until that point, I was like, man. But then when that scene, I was like, okay, he Batman. You say what? The youngins don't like their own Robbie Pat? Hey, and this is all I'm saying, Grand Madam. We didn't like Michael Keaton. We didn't like Christian Bale initially. But after we saw the movie and was like, okay, that raspy voice thing that Michael Keaton was doing caught on so well that Kevin Conroy started doing it for the animated series, and that took Batman stock up some more. Hey, y'all. Hey, you see what you see what Theo B type? You see who his favorite Batmen are? Not a surprise at all. Not a surprise. But Theo, I know you too. Remember, you are from that timeline. How the news of Michael Keaton playing Batman initially was received. Beetlejuice is gonna be Batman? I remember literally saying that when I heard the news. Beetlejuice is gonna be Batman? I remember saying that. Beetlejuice is gonna be Batman. And again, this is all I'm saying, y'all. Rob Pattinson might go out there and kill it. I'm not saying he is. He don't have the look. No, he doesn't. That costume doesn't give me the right vibe. See what I'm saying? So you see what Theo put? Mr. Mom, Beetlejuice. Yes, exactly. That's what everybody was saying. How the hell Mr. Mom playing Batman? How the hell Beetlejuice? 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 Oh shit, I had to look. I said it 3 times. Oh, yeah, and Theo, are we talking about the director of the Michael Keaton Batman or the director of the Batman? The director of the Michael Keaton Batman was, of course, Tim Burton, who puts that dark, eerie vibe on every single movie he does. Matt Reeves, I don't know. Looking at some of those previews, it seemed like, yeah, that Matt Reeves is kind of drawing a little bit on that because his Batman looks a little dark too. But of course, Gotham City is a dark place. So hell yeah, it's gonna be dark. We want a dark Batman movie. If we get a light, colorful Adam West looking Batman movie, we all know how that's gonna go. So yeah, I get it. Because we're talking, about movies and whatnot, and particularly this Batman movie, the MCU, which is the Marvel Cinematic Universe, for those that don't know, I know everybody knows, said Matt Reeves wanted to direct Man of Steel 2, but WB shot him down. You know what? Give me a second here, and I'm going to grab handy dandy. I am DB. Matt Reeves. Okay. Matt Reeves. Some of his work Grand Madam said Michael Keaton does psychotic well, and Batman is a little on the psychotic side. Grand Madam, I would say a bit more than a little. He might as well kill for as psychotic as he is. And earlier in his career in the 1930s, when he first came out, he did indeed kill. And matter of fact, he packed guns too. Matt Reeves, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, War of the Planet of the Apes, Cloverfield. Those are 3 movies that I did enjoy. I did enjoy those 2 Planet of the Apes movies, and I did enjoy Cloverfield. So, me personally, I'm gonna give Matt Reeves a shot. I wanna see what he got on it. I want to see if he can outdo or match what Batmen have been up to this point. It looks like it's drawing attention. I mean, people are split down the middle. They like hell yeah and hell no. So 50-50. We just gonna have to see how it goes. I would rather go see The Batman than Black Panther Wakanda Forever. You know, at least they catering to a demographic. At least they listening to their fans. And that is also where I'm going with it too. Who listens to their fans better? The MCU or the DCEU? Who listens to their fans better? MCU or DCEU? Yep. You hit the nail on the head, Theo. DCEU listens to their fans way more than Marvel does. Marvel goes off the rails constantly. They say screw canon. You know what I'm saying? They ain't trying. They ain't trying. These Teaser said WB will probably reboot that Batman franchise after just 2 films. Probably. Probably. But see, here's the thing. I agree, Theo. DCEU will scrap movie plans if they think the fans don't like it, as it should be. Not run off down some dark alley with some baby mama, somebody who ain't even of that religion, taking up the mantle. And like my man Kaiser Cole Slevin said, she mad frail. I can't see Letitia Wright in no skin tight black outfit. I just can't. Baby girl is straight up and down. Not that that's what I'm supposed to be focused on, but at the same time, man, you got to fill it out. I mean, what are you filling it out with? Bones? You know, yeah. Grand Madam said, I don't know. They both listen to the cha-ching. Yeah, as they should. If you want your movie to be successful, you first want it to be something that you think fans are gonna want to see. CD Crown said, did you know that in an alternate reality, Bruce died in the alley that night and his father became, yes. Of course. Conceited Crown, you know who I am. Grand Madam, that is called Batman Flashpoint. Or not Batman Flashpoint, but Justice League Flash. The comic book was Flashpoint. Okay. Then they made an animated movie called The Flashpoint Paradox and made it a Justice League movie. And Earth 2, I believe, is a DC series that focuses on the Earth where Thomas Wayne is the gun-toting, extra psychotic Batman. Plus, Thomas Wayne was a doctor, so he knows how to hurt people. D. Diesel said after Avengers, I said, yeah, before Avengers 1, they said, screw those comics, we're going to do our own thing. Because Hawkeye and the Black Widow are not founding members of the Avengers. Just saying. Theo said DCEU will remake a 3-hour version of the movie to appease their fan base. Boom. Okay. Zack Snyder cut of the Justice League. Let me tell you how we got there. Fans bitching and complaining and bitching, writing letters, doing everything until finally Warner Brothers just said, all right, let's let them see Zack Snyder's version. That's how you got that 4-hour movie. The fans, not because anybody at Warner Brothers said, this is a lot of footage to just be sitting on the shelves. Let's give it to the fans. No, they demanded it and they got it. Just like we doing with Recast T'Challa. Even if they don't give it to us, we still going to keep demanding. They demanded the Zack Snyder cut after Joss Whedon got in there and made that effed up Justice League version, but they still got their version. Steezer said DC still keeps it real in the animation department for the most part. Yes, DC is undisputed in the animation department. Yes, Grand Madam, I suggest that you do check it out. The Justice League Flashpoint Paradox deviates a little bit from the source material in the comic books, but for the most part, you get the same story. D. Steezel said they focus more on yes, they did. They focused more on the 1610 universe than they did the 616. They nerf all of their characters, with the possible exception of Captain America. I think he's the only one that got amped. You know what I mean? Yeah, they nerfed the heck out of a lot of them characters, man. They nerfed Thor. They nerfed the Hulk. They nerfed Doctor Strange. The Eye of Agamotto is not an Infinity Stone. The Eye of Agamotto is the Eye of Agamotto. Just that. So now you got Doctor Strange in these movies, and he ain't got one of his most powerful weapons. Yes, these Diesel Cap was very OP in the 1610. Batman Hatton. What you want to talk about in regard to Batman Hatton? Since we already in the middle of Marvel and DC, and which one is doing better? I think. Well, we can get into the Manhattan if you want to, but I think that talk of the MCU is what makes us think the MCU is better than the DCEU. Plus, they got like what, a 10-year head start. So, well, not 10 years. MCU started in 2008. Man of Steel dropped in 2013, so a 5-year head start. Like got done in 5 years, and I think that's kind of what put them over the top initially. But Wonder Woman decent movie. Aquaman, decent movie. Man of Steel, you can say what you want to say, but I liked Man of Steel. A lot of people are like, that's bogus, and blah, 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 so on and so forth. I got into an argument that somebody told me that they thought, and y'all can, tell me if you agree or disagree. They told me they thought the scene in Man of Steel when Clark Kent was roaming around the country and he was like a bartender at a bar and he was trying to defend this girl, and the dude threw beer on Superman's head, and then Superman went outside and stuck like wooden poles in his truck, that Superman wouldn't do that. That Superman would teach that guy a lesson, but he wouldn't teach that guy a lesson like that. So what do we think about that? Is that out of character for Batman or no? Okay, these teasers say I watched all the Phase 1 Comic-Con panels, and Marvel Studios was very concerned about pleasing comic fans. Yeah, because they damn sure ain't concerned about pleasing comic fans right now. It's absolute opposite. Is anybody besides Conceited Crown reading the Batman Dark? Me personally, I am not a gigantic Batman fan because I feel like that's the one thing I don't like about DC and the DCEU. They think they only have one character to draw on for source material. If you go into your LCS, there is no less than 10 Batman titles sitting out there. What in the... See, I almost cussed. What makes DC Comics think people want to read that much damn Batman? I get Batman being your favorite character. I get people digging Batman, all of that. He one dude. Why does everybody lose their stuff over Batman and these different versions of Batman? And you know what I'm saying? These things, I would go so far as to say more than that. You know what I'm saying? I see more Batman material, more Batman related stuff. They got more Batman action figures than anything that DC makes. It's like Batman is DC, and it shouldn't be like that. Why? Why should it be like that? Batman all that? I think is it the fact that we can see ourselves in Batman that makes him so relatable and likable? These Steezers said Harley Quinn is overexposed too, but she's a Batman related character. Exactly, which increases the opportunities to see more damn Batman. Ah, in my Charlie Brown voice. And Theo said, and DC honestly doesn't know how to tell a story outside the big three. Flash and Green Lantern, to a lesser degree, a very lesser degree, Flash and Green Lantern are my favorite DC characters. I did, particularly John Stewart, who they might be getting ready to kill in April when they kill off the entire Justice League for the bags. Anyways, Ray Smith said Marvel did it with Spider-Man and Wolverine in the 90s. It was too much. yeah, the Marvel made me not like Wolverine in the 90s because they elevated him to this level that he didn't need to be elevated to. And they made him into this character that they make seem like he's just 100% unstoppable by any character in Marvel. Him and Deadpool, same thing. Cassidy Crown said, but this dark multiverse in itself just shows how easily corruptible Batman is and how easy he can body his verse. Okay. I'm going to have to play devil's advocate and say, Conceded Crown, that a lot of what you are saying there is writer driven. It depends on who's writing Batman that month. Chuck Dixon stays on Batman's nuts constantly. If Chuck Dixon is writing Batman, Batman is God for all intents and purposes. But now, let somebody else get a hold of Batman as a character and write him from a subjective standpoint and not this omnipotent human being that Chuck Dixon and a few other people done made him into. Okay, he could body his universe depending on who's writing Batman that month, and that's facts all day, every day. Because if you put Batman in a room with Mr. Terrific with no prep time, Mr. Terrific gonna wash him. Just Batman with his standard stuff that he carries on him all the time, and Mr. Terrific with his standard stuff and what he carries on him. I say Mr. Terrific washes Batman. First of all, Mr. Terrific is a more intelligent human being than Batman is, I think. So, anyway, Graham Adams said, yeah, putting stakes through a truck seems out of character for Superman unless he was trying to save someone's life. So Graham Adam, the Superman we know and love, would have took that beer upside the head and just kept it pushing, is what you're saying? These Diesel said the GL Core is my favorite part of DC Comics. Yeah, have you been reading the GL Core? It's definitely different, my man. It is definitely different. These Diesel say y'all didn't like those bone claws. Nah, I didn't like Wolverine. It wasn't. He could have had bone claws, adamantium claws, plastic claws. I again, the writer who was right. Was it what? Who wrote Wolverine in the 90s? I know Adam, was it Andy or Adam Kubert? One of the Kuberts drew him, but whoever was writing those stories, they was all on his sack for real, because he was, with the exception of Cyber, Omega Red, and maybe Sabretooth, everybody Wolverine came against, he gutted. And it was like, come on now. Theo said, only because Jeff Johns likes both Flash and GL characters, in my opinion. Low key, Jeff Johns is a damn good writer. Flashpoint. Jeff Johns is a very, very good writer, in my opinion. He writes stuff that you don't expect something to happen like you think it's gonna happen. He's good at the twist. These thieves will say Grant Morrison was always hit and miss. Grant Morrison's all right. All right. Grant Morrison. I mean, if the argument could be presented that Christopher Priest is a better writer than Grant Morrison, and dare I say Jeff Johns, because Christopher Priest leaves a character better off than when he first started working with him. And as an artist, a writer, in my opinion, That's what you're supposed to do. Improve that character. Don't take that character and mess him up. I mean, sometimes being humbled is what a character needs in their story arc. But other than Batman getting his back broke and being killed by Apocalypse, when he done ever caught wreck in a major way, like other characters always catch it. Theo said if he unconditionally put them down, his character would evolve naturally as opposed to being stuck in 4 decades of stagnant character development. What that guy said. I did like his Green Lantern run. I liked his Flash run too. Conceded Crown said, okay, we can all agree how manipulative how Charles is, or we gonna ignore the death room and all his other 1,000 secrets and how he mind controls the X-Men. Yeah. To a certain degree, yeah. But I mean, recent issues of X-Men is depicting them as a nation and not necessarily a team. And Xavier ain't the only one fueling that narrative. Yeah, but yeah, I agree. Yes. Yes, that's throughout the comic. He's always been that way. Oh, this is okay, Jalen. Okay, I see you. I see you on Mama's page. I got you. Ignore his death room. You said. Oh, yeah, to a certain degree. I mean, if that's the case, then the very same thing, Jalen, can be said about Nick Fury. The same thing can be said about Amanda Waller over at the Suicide Squad. The same thing can be said about Lex Luthor. You know, I mean, some characters are designed that way. They have to be a-holes in order to drive a story. It seems like he relies too much on magical and supernatural tropes in a lot of his stories. Yeah. 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 I need to get on one more subject, man, before we get out of here. And it's the one I definitely wanted to save for last. Yeah, I agree, Grand Madam. In fiction writing, you must abuse your character to keep it interesting. That's called the hero's journey. And Batman seems to be stuck on that journey because we keep making him omnipotent. And how are you going to be humbled if you constantly prepared for everything? Nobody is constantly prepared for anything. Okay, now, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6, 1,000, 7, 1,000. Okay, there we go. 7 seconds have went by. All right. Now, before we wrap, and we're gonna go a little over an hour, but it's cool because I need to talk about this. The banning of the graphic novel Mouse by a Tennessee school district. Why? 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 I saw you there, Theo. Yeah, a lot of people. Why won't he? But anyway, the banning of Mouse. For those of you that aren't in the know, last week it was announced that I think it's the McMinn County School District in Tennessee agreed unanimously to ban the graphic novel Mouse. Now, it wouldn't be the first time that a book got banned, but the reasons that they're saying that they're banning Mouse. For you that don't know, the writer of Mouse, Art Spiegelman, yes, Jewish. The book is based on conversations he had with his father, who was an Auschwitz prisoner. Oh, D. Steezel. No, Mouse is not a person. Mouse is the name of a book. Yes. And his father relates tales to him of the Holocaust through this book and tells very graphic stories, very detailed stories about the Holocaust. There are images in there that depict the Holocaust. The twist, all the Jews in this book are mice, and all the Nazis in this book are cats. D. Steezel, you should have. Mouse was a Pulitzer Prize winning graphic novel back in the 90s. So yeah, big shock there. Go pick it up and read it. It's a long read because it's compilation. But it tells that story about the Holocaust, and they have used that book in schools to illustrate this story. And this Tennessee school district just banned it because there was a picture of nudity in it, and a lot of profanity gets dropped in this book, particularly the F word. You telling me high school students, middle school students ain't heard the F word or don't say the F word? And they're saying because it was a picture of a naked anthropomorphic mouse. Bear in mind, everybody in this book is either a mouse or a cat. So you telling me you offended by a naked cat? Tom from Tom and Jerry is a naked cat. Porky Pig is a pig that don't wear no pants. Donald Duck is a duck that don't wear no pants. Mickey Mouse is a mouse that don't wear no shirt. Is that really what it's about? I think not. I think what D. Steezel said, you actually might have heard about it, but you didn't know what it was about. Well, if you don't know, now you know. That's what it's about. And they're trying to ban this book. Now, the artwork D. Steezel in Mouse is it's very cartoony. Yes. Very simplistically drawn. It's not a whole bunch of like, it ain't an Alex Ross or a George Perez or anything like that. Very simple, very simply drawn. Yeah, they did get peppy, but they didn't get peppy for the reason that they got Mouse. And I'm like, okay, it's a Pulitzer Prize winning novel. We banning Pulitzer Prize winning novels. Okay, now the list of books over the years that have been banned, a lot of books, like I didn't know in a lot of places The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn is banned. Why? Because of the flagrant use of the N word with the ER on there? Yo, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn was written in 1884 by a racist white man from Missouri. Yes, it's going to have the N word in it. Outdated? Maybe. A little provocative? Is this why Governor DeSantis is passing laws that says if you make me feel bad, I could sue you? You know, it's like why is that book banned? Why is To Kill a Mockingbird banned? Why is The Color Purple banned? Why is The Great Gatsby banned? there are things that the people banning these books see in themselves when they write these books. And so it bothers them. If you got issues with what you doing, you need to deal with your issues. Don't take your issues and twist them and make them sound like they're everybody else's issues. Everybody ain't got a problem with an anthropomorphic mouse being naked. Everybody ain't got a problem with F-bombs being dropped in a book. That's how people talk. You gonna tell everybody that they can't use profanity? And I see this going the way. 1984 by George Orwell. That book is banned. What? That book is about that kind of thing, and it's being banned. But strangely enough, Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, which is about the banning of books, isn't banned. Go figure. Grand Madam said, I'm coming to believe these parent groups are being used to restructure the culture. Here's the trick with that. These people are telling on themselves by saying we feel like we need to ban this. And this is what I've been doing all day. I've been finding out why. Also, I got a video about Mouse, and y'all go to my page and watch that video. But you're already on my page. Anyway, these people that are wanting to ban everything in Texas, particularly, and Florida to a lesser degree, I think they, like I said, they look at themselves and see themselves because you dropping in bombs, because you're a sexual deviant, because you curse a lot. Racism, sexism, profanity are real things that happen every day. And a lot of these books have homosexual acts being performed in them. Lesbian acts. Oh, we're going to ban that. Oh, you're banning that too now. Oh, my goodness. When will it end? When you start, a writer has the ultimate freedom, in my opinion. People who write have the ability to say and illustrate whatever they want to and take that picture and make it visual in your mind. You're saying, I'm taking away your ability, your God-given right to be able to do that. And that is grade A, B, S. Okay? Those insecure bastards need to go somewhere and sit down. Consider Confederacy symbols don't seem to bother anyone. No, we're pulling them down too. I mean, it is what it is. Same kind of thing though. They banned in many places. The book 1984 by George Orwell is banned. Y'all might want to go pick up some of these books before they just banned all over and you can't find them nowhere. These thieves have said they angry over pictures, words, and paper. Not so much the pictures, words, and paper as the ideas and images they invoke and force them to think about. They don't like that. Grand Madam said they tried to ban To Kill a Mockingbird. I Know Why the Caged Bird Sing. A lot. All of those books that you mentioned, Grand Madam, they To Kill a Mockingbird, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, Great Gatsby, 1984, Animal Farm are banned in a lot of school districts. A lot of school districts. I know Texas. They don't read those books in Texas. Why? I mean, to a certain extent, I get you saying, okay, I don't want kids to be. And most of those books that Grand Madam named on that list, folks ain't going to start reading until they in middle school or high school anyway. A middle school child has heard F-bombs. A middle school child knows what sex is. A middle school child knows about sexual identity, especially in 2000 and 22. Okay? You can't mention sexuality without mentioning the variety that exists therein. And to deny someone seeing their sexuality illustrated or written in book form, what is that? Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. These teasers. You say you bet them folks was pissed when Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben were removed from the shelves. Grand Madam, it's on the all-time ban list. And I think largely that is because it's banned in a lot of non-Christian countries. But yeah, the Bible is probably like in the top 5 of books banned for all time. You can't wait for them to ban the Bible. It's banned in a lot of places. And a bunch of people don't like the book, the Song of Solomon in the Bible. They say that's dirty. They say that's nasty. They say that's sexual and provocative. And I believe Toni Morrison also has a book called Song of Solomon that they're trying to ban too. Why are they banning cultural things? They want to destroy culture, but they want to foist another culture on top of you. What? Why? That don't make no sense to me. That don't make no sense to me at all. In closing, y'all, I would just like to say, think for yourself. Period. I can give you all the information in the world, but after I give you information, I would like for you to go and verify it, because I could be pushing an agenda just like any of these other scrupulous individuals on social media. If you got a question mark over your head in your thought bubble about what I'm saying, please go and check it. Please go and verify it. Okay. And I can throw links up if y'all need links for any of this. I happily, gladly, with glee and joy, I will, because in my mind and in my heart, peace is an acronym. Proper education always corrects error. And that is how I move. Okay. If I can't figure it out on my own, I'm gonna go find something or somebody to help me figure it out. It's life, y'all. Look at this has been Thursday Live with your man D Real. I do this every Thursday, and if y'all want to dive in, Conceited Crown / Jalen, I appreciate y'all feedback, and don't be no strangers around here. In fact, come check out some of my videos. You sound like you know a little bit about what you're talking about, but edutainment is what I do, and I guarantee you I can add to that. As far as the rest of y'all, y'all keep rocking with me. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. And real quick, you like my Miles Morales shirt, D Steezel. I appreciate it, man. I be trying to make it do what it do, man. I be trying to make it do what it do. But look here, y'all. As I always say in the vids, I will be coming at y'all with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other. I'm getting ready to go and eat me some dinner. Look here, y'all. Y'all be good. Again, check me out. Be Real with D Real. I'm dropping videos every other day. I got something new for you, guaranteed. Y'all stay up. Love y'all. Love y'all. Keep rocking with me. Love and appreciate all of y'all. Peace.